Hey guys, what's up? ShaHaSabit here, and you are listening to Rongin Chosma podcast. This is my new series of podcast named Bangladeshi Speaks English. I'm a little bit confused about the name. This grammatical point that if I should use Bangladeshis speak English or Bangladeshi speaks English, this singular plural or SES thing, and I actually don't know if I do it alone or I'll invite the other guests to join in this English podcast. I deactivated my Facebook and Messenger account, and before deactivating, in the Facebook post, I announced to have this English podcast. Without further intro, let's back into the podcast. I'm SSC examinee of 2022. This is 27th February 2022, and our test exam would supposed to be before or around 20 March 2022. And from our school, the students are trying to go in a picnic, which is supposed to be in the Tungipara, Gopalganj. Our head teacher is not very much positive in this fact, and he is trying to not allow to go us there and not allow us any the fund of picnic. And today is 27 February, and yesterday there was a movement, the blocking this road, this main gate of the school, and we went to the office of and I'm sorry about this thing, and I'm not very good at English, and I'm trying to do which is to speak what I can do, and but I'll publish it. Our is positive about our the journey and that picnic. Then we are in this school, and our there was a COVID vaccination campaign in our school, and the mayor of Panchbibi, our Upazila, came here. We told him about the fact, and he was also very positive about our journey. He talked to our headmaster, and headmaster told them he's not negative, but he will allow when after has allowed in writing piece of paper. But is this possible? Why would give us the written permission? Has given our legal permission to go there, but it is not supposed to that will give you the written permission. Our mayor has involved in our process. One of our friend is the son of commissioner, and this commissioner is also involved in this process. So this is kind of political things or the power things, but we are very confident that we'd go there. And the next thing will be the money and the fund problem from this school. There is no picnic fund. Our head teacher is not trying to give any money or fund from this journey. But before the picnic had been, our previous batch, they also had gone from their destination with the fund of school. There is no picnic fund, but we want fund. There is many fund which are they are fund but not used. So there is not fund in picnic, but we will use from that fund. That is our point. This is our leader Anurahi Abir, his point. So this is a very crazy thing, and when I go there, our exam is near at hand. Our SSC exam is also near at hand. I officially have passed my 10 years of schools, 5 years from primary and 5 years from secondary and junior secondary. Now we are in the extra time of our secondary session. In general, our SSC examination of our country in Bangladesh, and that happens in February. Now we are in the last season of February. This is 27 February, and I'm gonna publish it the next Wednesday. So this is the thing. And our SSC examination is very very near at hand. We passed our last 10 years in our school. We live in Panchbibi. My primary school was in Panchbibi. Not very primary. My at first from this class 1, I joined my school, primary school, in my ammu's school. I know that in English you should call your ammu mother, but I used to say in English or Bengali both, I'd like to say ammu. Okay, in my ammu's school, Shamshabad, I say that I read in class 1 3 times, and I read in, this is not sure, but it is sure that I read in class, studied, sorry, do you know Mysoon? I saw her, one of her video, that in this video she said that we should not say we read in class 10 or we read in class 8. We should say we study in class 8 or class 10. So this is the fact. I studied 2 times, 2 years in class 2, not because I failed, because I was too young or too junior to be promoted to the next class or class 3. I studied class 2 in my Ammo's school, Shamshabad, and also in the Samaranessa, Panjabi Samaranessa Model Government, sorry, primary school. In this Sumirnesa school, I passed class 2, 3, 4, and 5. And before leaving this school, I always waited for the last day of the school, because I in this school I am not enjoying that much, but I always wanted to leave this school, because the girls in our school were not very, we are not very used to this girl, because they were very much in English I cannot explain this, but the situation was that bad that we decided to do our farewell ceremony. The boys would do it separately and the girls would do it separately. That bad was the situation. And there was some experience with them, and that was very much bitter, or not very much shareable, or these things. So I always trying to leave this school at this the very last moment of this, and I was very much waiting at this calendar and calculating how much days I have to pass in this school. And the same thing did not happen in our school, the secondary school. Now I'm at also very much closer to farewell ceremony of our school, and I'm not waiting to leave this school, because for COVID situation, where we lost some of our school experience, so we missed it. That is the one point. And the next point is, when I was wanting to leave this primary school, I knew that I the next destination of me is going to be that school, our primary school, and our present high school is in front of this school. One side of road is primary school and the other side is our secondary school. So, and my house is near of both of the school. So I read, or I studied all of my 10 years in my home compound, you can say. But I'm not sure where I'm gonna be after the SSC examination. And this is the point, man. When you don't know, you are confused. And my dream is Notre Dame. I don't know whether I could be admitted in this college or not. But the thing is, when you don't know the where you are gonna do, you're confused and you don't want to leave this school. The thing is not that I'm enjoying this school that much, but this is very much uncertain what will happen and how you'll feel. But this is very much thrilling. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here, and there is no script and no anything what I can, but I should have done write the point what I'll talk about. Maybe this what I'm saying, that I'm not wanting to live, but I wanting to live, and the situation is very much corrupted or politically affected in our class, and many of our classmates are used to have many much drugs or smoking, and you know the situation is not bad. I should want to leave the school, but what will happening with me, I don't know. Okay, and another thing is, from the very someday I should study very attentively. It's the golden time, and the time is very short. I should study more, and whatever I can do. The formula is in my hand. The one thing happen is that we know what we should do. we should study, I should study. And this is very much common thing, that if you work hard you'll success, and if you don't work hard you'll not success. Don't know it, we don't do it. This is paradox or hypocrisy activities, that if you know that if you study well and you will definitely do good. And this is very much sure to me. If I do some little bit, or if I try, if I very much easy for me if I just do it, but I'm not doing it. Very sad. um, the earth is not rounding center of you. You are not the center. Why are you waiting, or why are you giving so much importance to your mood, that if your mood is okay, then you will read or write or do these things what you are supposed to do. But if you're not in good mood, if you're in bad mood, if your mood is not very much good or supportive, or you're positive, you will not do that. Why are you, what is that? And the world is designed in this way that what is good for us, that will not be, that will not what will I will enjoy. I'll not enjoy working out, I'll not enjoy it, but it is good for us, it is good for our health. We know that the vegetables are good for health, but we are not enjoying it, right? So this is the thing, man. If you if you know what you should do, and if you are not doing it, that means some of the people are doing it. Of course, they will be succeeded. But if you are not doing, you are not going to do this. I talked to many of our familiar persons that I'm going to be in Notre Dame, but I know what level of study should I do to go there. I'm not doing 1%, 0.1% of this studying. I know I can do. Uh, if a student would study the 27 24/7, he'll go and get admitted in Notre Dame. I'm that student that I'm not, there's no need for me to study that long. I can get admitted to Notre Dame without studying that, but I'm not studying that. So my challenge, from my challenge, I'm announcing this in this podcast. I'm not going to long it further. And my challenge for me is from now that I'd study and get chance in Notre Dame, whatever the situation is, by hook or by crook. I should study. Sorry, the dream should not be Notre Dame. The dream should be, you should study the process. You should focus on this process. You should not focus on the result. You should focus on the process. You should not focus the how many YouTube videos you'll publish, how many podcast episode you will publish. You should focus on the process. You should record this, you should edit this, you should make the thumbnail, you should upload it. This should be your focus, this should be your aim. Your aim should not be the reward, but we are focusing on the reward. So I have done a mistake, that is, I should not focus on the getting chance in Notre Dame. Rather, I should focus on studying my the hardest ability. And if I do, I'm confident that I'd get chance. Definitely I'd get chance. That is not very far from now. From 3 to 5 months, our SSC examination will be finished, and our admission of Notre Dame will be. And you can see, and if you see that I've got admitted to this college, then you can be sure that I studied my ability, the highest level of my ability. Not needed the highest level. If I study, this thing is, I lolly, if you are in a relationship and you are loyal to it, you can be very good in this relationship. And my relationship should be now with my studies. if I'm loyal to my studies, I can be sure that if you if you get the news of my admission, I'll of course share in my podcast if I can continue this to that long. I think I want and I hope that I can. And um, I'm announcing that if you had known or if you had heard this, you can be sure that I studied my ability and I studied only I studied. But if you don't be sure that I'm not deserved, rather I did not study. And I'm very confident that I'd study and got admitted to Notre Dame. So Notre Dame is my option, not reward, but I should focus on the study, what I should need to go on Notre Dame. So that's it. Take care and wish I can be seen in Notre Dame. Okay? And if you are aiming Notre Dame, then we'll meet in Notre Dame. That's our destination. Goodbye.